Dispenser going up. Well, I guess that'll do.
Hey everybody, Uncle Dane here with another episode of Engineering 101. Today we're going to be doing some role-playing. Not only are we going to be playing as the character in TF2 who is an engineer, we're going to try and think like an engineer. And when it comes to the profession that is engineering, math is the language it's presented in. Math! Luckily, playing engineer in TF2 is not nearly as difficult as actual engineering, so of course the math involved is pretty basic, but nonetheless, it is still very important. The mindset we're going to be discussing in today's episode uses math for something that is never really talked about, but is something that can separate a good engineer from a great one. That mindset I'm talking about is metal conservation and spending. First off, let's go over all of the different ways to get metal in TF2. Scavenging for metal is something you'll always have to keep in the back of your mind while you're managing your building, so it's good to know where you get your metal from on the battlefield and how much metal each source provides. Let's start with the basic map-generated metal sources, ammo packs. There are 3 different types of ammo packs that can be scattered strategically around a map: small, medium, and full. Respectively, these packs will grant you 40, 100, and maximum metal, which is 200. The other common place to find metal is from
ammo packs.
Most ammo you find on the ground, either from dead enemies or allies, grant you the same amount as a medium ammo pack or 100 metal. The only exception to this rule is when you pick up the ammo of an engineer. These packs grant you the same amount of metal that the engineer had on him when he died. The last and most reliable source of metal is from dispensers and payload carts. A level 1 dispenser grants 40 metal per second, a level 2 grants 50 metal per second, and a level 3 will give you 60 metal per second. A payload cart will grant you ammo at the same rate a level 1 dispenser would, however, you must be standing behind or on top of the cart in order to receive it. So now that you know where to get metal from and how much metal each source can provide you, let's talk about the best way to use each of these sources to their full potential, aka how to use each source without waste. The goal of every engineer when it comes to his buildings should be clear: get the buildings to level 3 and fully repaired in the shortest amount of time possible. There are very few instances where upgrading your buildings to the maximum level is not more beneficial than keeping them unupgraded, so the methods you can use to speed up the process revolve around spending your metal in the right places and making sure that you're not wasting your metal. So how can you avoid wasting metal? Well, the best way to avoid it is to try your best to live by this rule. While you still have buildings to upgrade, never pick up an ammo pack that is greater than the amount of metal you currently have. This means that, for instance, if you have greater than 100 metal on you, don't pick up a medium ammo pack until you have less than 100 metal on you. This maximizes the potential metal you spend from resources and eliminates waste. Here's a pretty common situation, for example. Say you have a level 1 sentry and you have 70 metal on you. Before picking up an ammo pack, be aware, is the amount of metal you will be receiving less than the amount of metal you already have on you? If this is true, you won't be wasting any potential metal by picking up the pack. In this case, a medium or small ammo pack will do, but with a full pack, you'd be better off getting your metal reserve closer to 0 before picking it up. Keeping this mindset while picking up ammo packs or scavenging for ammo on the battlefield can speed up the upgrading process greatly. This also comes into play when playing with other friendly engineers. The metal you waste while picking up an ammo pack is metal your fellow Engies could have used for their own buildings. Another helpful thing, timing your ammo pickups with building placements during setup time. It can be an important habit to learn. To demonstrate a good order in which to place buildings in conjunction with available ammo packs, let's use the first stage of Dust Bowl's first point as an example. Right off the bat, placing the teleporter entrance is essential. Never underestimate the power of a teleporter. You should always be doing this at the start of a round. After placing it, you can return to the supply cabinet to get your metal back up to full and walk towards the build site. For this first point, I like to start by placing the sentry first, since it self-constructs on its own the fastest of the 3 buildings, and after that I immediately pick up the small ammo pack, which brings me from 70 metal to 100 metal. This is enough to place a dispenser, which will then bring me back down to 10 metal. 10 is close enough to 0 metal to justify picking up a full ammo pack, so I can then go grab that and place the teleporter exit. The extra 10 metal lost is not a factor in setup time, since it's impossible for the buildings to be taking damage right now anyway. After the exit is placed, the sentry is now finished constructing on its own, so I can use the remaining 75 I have on the upgrading process. So you'll notice that almost instantly after the small ammo pack respawns, I'll pick it up and use it on the sentry, bringing the upgrade process to 110 out of 200. Again, the extra 10 metal is not exactly a factor in this situation, but since I'm there, I might as well. So now that I'm at 0 metal, I can reasonably pick up the full ammo pack and use that to continue the upgrade on the sentry. After I've spent all of that, the small ammo pack is respawned, and also the dispenser is finished constructing. So at this point, the combined metal from the pack pack and the dispenser should be enough to complete the upgrade process of the sentry to level 3 before the gates even open. And we have a full ammo pack respawning just in time, so we can start getting that dispenser upgraded while waiting for the upcoming demo spam that is Dust Bowl. You may have noticed that I neglected upgrading the teleporter. I usually do this with the hope that some kind soul will have gone engineer at the start of the round with the only purpose of upgrading the entrance to level 3 while it builds on its own on the other side. This is, of course, wishful thinking, but it saves me time and metal to invest everything in my other buildings, just in case that happens. And now it's time for a relevant teamwork tip.
You seeing this?
If you're not playing as a medic or another dedicated engineer, support your local Engies and upgrade the teleporters at spawn. It takes 30 seconds to upgrade one to level 3, which is half the standard setup time, and it will help your team immensely.
Heck yeah.
The 400 metal I'm spending on a teleporter at the front lines, only using the time drops of ammo packs, could be better spent on a dispenser that can literally save your life.
It's beautiful.
So be a bro. Upgrade your Engie's teleporters today. Sorry about the dumb accent. Well, that's all I have for you guys today on the topic of the basics of metal conservation and spending. If you have any questions at all, feel free to leave a comment below. I can literally talk about this stuff all day, so I'd be happy to answer any good questions on the subject in the comment section of the video. And of course, thank you guys so much for watching this episode of Engineering 101. Expect another one hopefully soon. And don't forget to send this video to any of your friends who are aspiring engineers. And as always, I will see you nieces and nephews next time. Bye-bye.